And then, so depending upon which dashboard you are selecting, you can make the changes accordingly out here. And the total, what is the Tableau medium? That's the total pane format, the grand total pane format that we have here. That's for the columns, that is for the rows, and that is for the sheet. These are the additional font processings that can be done. That's for the font, it's for the alignment, shading, borders, and lines. Fields, yeah, you can select the fields that you want, whichever field you want to make the changes to. Measure values, you can make changes to. You can also make changes to quarter values, some values out here that we are seeing. So typically, this is how you can work towards the formatting aspect. If I close this window, we'll be back to the sheets out here that we are seeing. So this is what we have as far as the dashboard. No, not, we still have a long way. So you can also copy the image, you can export the image, you can clear the image. Again, when we speak of copy image, now what we see here is, what I'm doing here is, let us do one thing. Let us create one more dashboard. So I'm clicking on this, and that's dashboard 2. On dashboard 1, we had the metro cities also. Okay, I'm deleting this. I'm closing that. And we can see only this particular dashboard as we are seeing. On dashboard 2, I'm dragging and dropping only the metro cities data. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now, what do we want? See, what we are doing here is, once we have dragged and dropped the sheet over here, we are having a very healthy count of filters out here. So if you make the changes to filters here, those changes will also be reflected in the filters over here that we see here. So typically what happens is, when we drag any particular sheet and bring it on the dashboard, the features associated or the formattings associated with that particular worksheet will also be reflected in simultaneity on the dashboard. Any changes that you're making on the dashboard, those changes will also be reflected on the worksheet and also in the storyboard. We're not yet reached storyboard. Once we go there, we'll be able to experience those changes as well. So fine, this is what we have for no, not yet, actually, we haven't completed. Right, so I click on dashboard, I click on copy image. You can copy this image and you can go and paste it anywhere you want. You can also select export image. So it is showing you which kind of image that is in this file format. So Bangalore and what, Mumbai, no, metro cities. So that is a file name that I've selected. I'm clicking save it. And back over here. And that's the file that we exported. Oh, we opened it twice, is it? Yeah. So that is the file that we exported. So we are having it here in day 2, session 2 of day 2. Right, let's come back here. Let's click on dashboard. We can also clear this. So like if I click on clear, it's gone. The worksheet is disappeared and that's deleted. So, but we don't want that. So I'm dragging and dropping it over here again. I click on dashboard here and I click on show title actions. So now we saw that we were able to add actions on the worksheets that we have here on sheet 1. We had added the actions. Okay. Likewise, we can also add actions on the dashboard here. So if I click on, let's click on this one. Yeah. And if I select dashboard, I select actions. Again, we have this, like, what actions do we have for this workbook? We have this action for this particular sheet. Okay. For this particular sheet, we have a separate action. So after we see that default setting is for the workbook, but individually for whichever sheets you want to add any actions, you can go to the individual sheets or dashboard, or for that matter, even storyboard, and create actions. So let us create interactive relationships between data, dashboard objects and other worksheets and the web. So that is the objective of it. Now here we created this particular action, okay, for this workbook, and we can see it. For which sheet was it created? It was done so for sheet number 1, Indian Housing Price Index. Fine, and Fine. So again, for this sheet also we can do so. If I click on this sheet, I can click add action and add a filter if you want. So it is asking us for the filter that you want to add, what are the changes that you want? What is the source sheet? What is the target sheet? So if you want, you can change the target sheet here. Source sheet is changed here. So you can see in the source sheet, there are two more sheets. Okay. And the target sheet was, if you want, you can make the changes to target sheet also. So I'll make this second quarter. And then you set the filter, whatever you want to add it as. So insert all India, suppose. Select fields that you are missing field on the multiple worksheets. And then I click OK. So that is the another action that you have created for what? For sheet 1 here. I click OK. So this is how you can create the sheets or the actions for this, for different worksheets, or for that matter, even the dashboards. What next? Let's click on dashboard. You know, you can auto update. That is something that is already selected. Run update. You can run the update that has been auto updated. You can add phone layouts to existing dashboards. You can add phone layouts to the new dashboards also. Suppose if I were to select add phone layouts to existing dashboard. So wait, where is it gone? Yeah. So that's the phone layout that we have here. So when you see this sheet, you are able to see it in this format. So this is the phone layout that we are. Do you want to turn off the auto-generated layout and create a custom one? No. But this feature is available. So if you want, you can make the changes automatically. Anyway, I have not yet reached to the layout levels, or how all can we change the features around in terms of the dashboard layouts, layouts for phone, layouts for desktop, layout for tablets also. So these features are available and they are very much part of the Tableau or desktop that we have. So that is one thing that you can look at. If you are selecting default setting over here, then it will come here. That's the phone setting that we had selected. Again, for the phone setting, if I select here, it will tell you to, it will ask you if you want to edit the layout, you can optimize the layout. So if I select phone setting, it is asking me if I want to edit the layout. Just edit the layout. So it is asking where do I want to stretch this. I can stretch this over here like this. I can also move this multiple values, or which values do you want to show out here. Those settings can also be changed or made. I select all the values. So then that's going to be huge. You can see here for all the cities, these are all the quarters that are available over here. So you can drag and drop it over here. So anyway, this is how the dashboard is taken care of in terms of the layout. Let's click on the layout button here. So it is asking us and the item hierarchy. The item hierarchy dashboard 2 is tiled. And this is the size they are providing for the dashboard 2. If you want, again, no, okay, we're not able to make the changes. Right, the fit width, we can see this for the phone size. There is a default size that we can take. Okay. And then there is a fit all size also, and fit width also. And then the height they have provided is about 700 px. You can make the changes here. This is what default. If you want to go, you can also customize it. Okay. Let's click on dashboard. Okay, we've not covered quite a bit of dashboard, so let's wait. Now these are the different objects that you can add to your dashboard. That's horizontal, blank, vertical. These are the different objects. You can also add a text if you want here. So suppose if I add a text here, now that's the text board that has come up over here. So what do I show here? Quarterly analysis of metro cities. The font size is what, 9? Let us increase it to what, 14? Select all and then select it to 14. Okay, fine. So that is how it shows up over here. That's quarterly analysis of the metro cities. Of course, we're not quite done all the formatting to look in terms of the neatness or tidiness. But the objective here for me is to show you all the different features that are covered at the dashboard. So this is what we have. That apart, now let us work on some of these toolbars that they have. So suppose if I go on the layout here, click floating. So this will change accordingly for the quarterly analysis dashboard. And on the dashboard itself, if you want, we can have it here as fit width and fit all default settings that I had showed you earlier also. So this is how it looks like and appears. On the device layouts, if you want, you can select add desktop or add tablet. So let's click add tablet. So this is the tablet layout that we are seeing here out here. If I change this to add desktop, we'll select add desktop. So you can see here this formatting has also again changed. So depending upon the size that you wish to or the type of dashboard you want to have, typically for phone or tablet or desktop, phone, tablet or desktop, you can make the changes for the layout accordingly, or you can select the layouts accordingly out here and they'll show up over here. Let's click on device preview. So this is how your device preview will look like. Now we have already created a design, but what happens is we would like to see how will this preview change once we change the device type and the model type. So out here, this preview that we are seeing is for a desktop with a generic desktop monitor of size 1920 by 1080. If I were to change this to an iPad Pro of 12.9, it will change like this. And then if I change it further, for medium desktop monitor of 1280, it should look like this. So typically, again, we are working on the desktop device only. We are studying or we are viewing the device preview for desktop. In desktop, these are the different models that we are seeing here. Large desktop monitor 1560 by 1440. Generic, again, we started with this. And then now we are having 4 formats here for the desktop device type. So depending upon the model that you select, your preview will automatically come up or pop up. That was for desktop. Let's click on this. Let us select phone. So when we select phone, what do we see here? It's a generic phone, 375 by 667. If we change it to iPhone, this is how it will look like. Now we can see here that for iPhone, this is the boundary, like, this corner here and this corner here. This is the boundary. So this is going way out. So we have to then format it and adjust it accordingly so that it can fit in with this. But whilst we try to do so, then, the overall formatting gets affected. But anyway, that is just to show you all. The point here is these are the list of phone formats that are available over here. It's iPhone XS, XXS, 11, 11 Pro. Then we have XR, XS, Max. Then we also have the Samsung Galaxies and Google Pixels and the Nexus series. So these are the different phones that are available over here, the phone models. When the device type is a phone, if I select, that is default, that is for desktop. If I select a tablet, so what are the tablets that are available? The generic tablet size is what? 1024 by 768 in terms of the resolution. If I click on this, now what are the different tablets that are available? We have an iPad mini, iPad Air, iPad 3.4, iPad 10.2 inches and Pro at 9.7, followed by Nexus, Samsung and Fire HD 10 at 1280 by 800. So as you keep changing these, the formatting out here will change. So whatever you are designing, you will at least have an idea and overview as to how will it appear or how will it look like when we see it from a design perspective or device preview perspective. So that should help in better designing of your dashboards. So that is what we have as far as the dashboard is concerned. Let's see what more can we look at. As for the worksheet, that is for pause auto updates, new data source. It's the highlight. Okay, let's go back to dashboard. And okay, we'll rename this dashboard as what? It's trial or quarterly. Just providing it with any random name. If we choose to remove this from the phone, that will be removed. But what then happens is the entire format here gets stretched out over here. So this is how your look and feel will be. Okay, anyway, I'm deleting this, changing this from phone to the desktop type. Let's keep seeing this. So what we saw here is we have different formats in which it is showing up. Okay, for the phone format, we deleted, so that's not coming up. Let's select this and select optimize layout. Suppose, so if you optimize the layout, this is how it best will look like. So once you're prepared the design, then when you click on it and when you try to optimize it, it should look that way. Same thing out here for Metro as well. Right click. It's asking us here for, yeah, you can delete the layout. And here also, when you select this, it will ask you if you want to delete the layout. So this is how you work with the overall features that pertain to dashboard. Yes, we covered all of them almost. Okay, let's move on to the storyboard. So what happens in story is you can create a new story. Now what we have done here is we have created what? 2 worksheets and 2 dashboards. So after worksheet, it is dashboard. After dashboard, it's storyboard. And why is it important to have a storyboard? Because it gives you everything in the concise form, in a concise manner, so that it's easier for you to assess it from what? From the management perspective also. So you're able to communicate your work better to the management.